Hey, welcome back to RamZland. Today we're going to make Mercury Fulminate. Check this out. All I'm using in this lab is nitric acid. I'm using mercury, 95% ethanol, a round bottom flask, a graduated cylinder, and a dropper. First step is to add 50 milliliters of nitric acid. I'm using 15 molar nitric acid in my beaker, and then I'm going to add just a small amount of mercury to my nitric acid. And rather quickly, that'll start to react. Okay, at this point, all of my mercury has completely dissolved in my nitric acid. This is a single displacement reaction creating mercury nitrate. I'm going to transfer this into my round bottom flask, and then I'm going to add my ethanol. Okay, the next step is to add 15 milliliters of 95% ethanol. And you can start seeing kind of a white film develop on the top there. If this reaction doesn't get going right away, I've made a hot water dish over here to lower it in, just to kind of get it started. Okay, I added a little bit of heat to my solution, but you can definitely see mercury fulminate starting to precipitate out of the solution. That's that white insoluble solid that you see there. You can see some of those crystals starting to precipitate out. As you can see, quite a bit of mercury fulminate has precipitated out of the solution. I'm going to use vacuum filtration to wash this, and then I'm going to put it in my desiccator to dry out. Okay, let's see what we got. Excellent. Okay, here's another wash with our vacuum pump. Let's see some of that mercury fulminate. Once we filter out some of that. Okay, finally I want to dry out my mercury fulminate, so I'm using this small desiccator and I'm adding some fresh desiccant to it. And I'm going to leave it in here for several days and then test it for deflagration. Now remember, the difference between deflagration and detonation is when something burns really vigorously. An example of deflagration would be like gasoline burning in your car's engine, whereas detonation is when something explodes, usually due to shock. So we're trying to deflagrate our mercury fulminate. Well, as you can see, I was only using very, very small amounts of mercury fulminate, but those little sparks that you saw flying up in the flame, that was mercury fulminate deflagrating in the flame. I hope you enjoyed today's edition of RamZland, and I'll see you next time.